Planet Pokemon is a 3D real-time action MMO inspired by the original games. In this game, you control the character and are able to explore, battle, and even become the Pokemon. The game is developed by Key Games and is available on Gamejolt for free. This is what fellow gamers Tom Dell and Kayla Jones had to say about Planet Pokemon.
Favorite part, it was a Pokemon MMO. That's the biggest, that's always the thing I've wanted with Pokemon, having some kind of a real co-op mode or something where it's online, interacting with others. That's always been wanted out of Pokemon games. If it was easy to use, then the Pokemon online, all my mind.
I think the beginning of it is, for being new, that the graphics are really good and the characters look like they should. No, I think it's good for somebody who's just starting, because you can recognize everything that it is what it's supposed to be. Well, some of it I would like to see, probably in the future, it would be where you could get hurt by the Pokemon's battles. When they're battling, you could get hurt by them too, to make it more interesting. I like it when you can become the Pokemon. That's really cool. I'm definitely curious to see where they go with it. For sure. To become a Pokemon. That would be really interesting perspective.
Dear Sister is a horror RPG about one woman who struggles with the death of her sister and her path to acceptance. The game is developed by Hobo Zone Games and is available on Gamejolt for free. So could you talk about how you came up with the idea for Dear Sister?
Well, I was just sat in my house one day. I was just thinking about games and stuff. I just released two relatively bad games I wasn't too proud of, and I wanted to do some original concept, and I was kind of just sat there in the middle of the night. I couldn't get to sleep, and all of a sudden I thought, I don't know, there's two people, one of them's dead, the other one's still alive, and it kind of just went from there.
What was the process of actually sitting down to create it and piece it together?
Well, first of all, I would just get out my phone and just start writing down the first idea that would pop into my head, and then until eventually I had somewhat of a story, and then I would take it to the program and see RPG Maker and work with the environments and stuff, and just say, okay, so if I take this bit of the story and put it in this setting, then I can create a game out of it. And that's what I did.
Did you run into any kind of problems?
Yeah, well, it's always you can never quite get it the way you want it to be. You always have this picture in your head, but, just the way you try to do it, it never quite looks right, or it never quite sounds right. So you're constantly going back and changing things. And, I had to work with a bunch of, scripts for the engine to make it look nice, with the lighting effects and such. And just going back and changing a bunch of maps, changing the story around a bit. And it was just mainly just going back and editing things and making sure everything was perfect, so to speak.